Well, hey there. So, once again, it's an Angry Hobbit, and I thought maybe this is probably going to be pretty short, but I thought maybe we would talk about our expectations of privacy in public and in private. And so I'll just jump right in. Uh, Many people think that you can't record them without their permission, and that's just not true. You can't use audio recordings in court without someone's express permission. You cannot record someone and then use it as evidence against them in that way. But in public, and this is again about the expectation of privacy. When you're having a conversation with someone in private, you do have that expectation. I'm not a lawyer. This isn't legal advice. This is just commonly known information. However, in public, you have no expectation of privacy. That is what public means, is that you are out in common view. And I'm going to use really simple terms for this. At least I'm going to try. So to be understood. So, again, when you're in public, doing about whatever it is that you do, you have zero expectation of privacy. You have other privileges that you can exercise, but privacy isn't one of them. You cannot, and that's why you see so many of these videos of cops killing people or terrorizing people or racists being douchebags to people of color. However, in your own home, you do have an expectation of privacy, and you should. It is actually illegal to be recorded without your knowledge, without your permission. You are giving away your expectation of privacy when you have those. What's that? Amazon Alexa, I believe it is. That machine is spying on you 24/7. There was actually a case where a woman was assaulted in her home, and the technicians on the other side of the wire, we'll call it, heard absolutely everything that happened, and they did nothing about it. Amazon, I believe, got in some shit for that, but you'd have to go look for yourself. I don't deal with Amazon. I don't use any Amazon products. I do own a 13, 14-year-old Kindle Fire, and it's a brick. I can't do anything with it because they don't support it anymore. They just don't support their products. They're a garbage company. It's a well-known secret that they partner with small businesses and then reverse engineer the small business's product and then turn around and sell it on their own site and hurt that small business. So take that as you will. There are a lot of reasons to not support Amazon. Your phone, this thing that you're probably watching this video on, or your smart TV. It is, if it has a microphone, and it most likely does, your smart device, if it is voice enabled, it is recording you without your permission. You think it's without your permission, but you probably had to sign one of those terms of service, or the different companies call different things, but you probably didn't read it. I know I don't usually read them, but your smart devices are recording you. Some of them with not just audio, but with video. And you should really be aware of that and act accordingly. You can turn off some of those permissions. You got to go search different devices, put them in different places. They're in your settings. It might make apps work differently, but it depends on how much privacy you want. Me, I don't want these big companies using my private conversations to sell me ads. I don't buy. I've never bought anything off of YouTube with their shitty fucking ads. I mean, honestly, since Google bought YouTube, it has seriously gone downhill. I think a lot of people can agree with that. In fact, Google is one of the most invasive companies that you probably interact with on a daily basis, even if you are on an Apple device. Apple, since I mentioned them, they're also spying on you. But your expectation is that when you are in your home, that your life is yours and it is private. You have given your privacy away to these companies for convenience. And I'm going to use a specific example. Ring. I know a lot of people love those fucking doorbells. They have contracts with state, not everyone, not every state, but they have contracts with local, state, and federal law enforcement that they can use your camera and its feed whenever they wish. Let that sink in. This thing that you're using to help protect yourself is actually can potentially be used against you. Just something to think about. Turn your devices off. Turn these settings off. Go look for them. Turn them off. And you can give apps permission while you're using the app, but otherwise you should have that privacy that you're looking for. Just throwing it out there. Again, this is not legal advice. This is just commonly known, easily provable information, which you should avoid using Google products, period. They are the most invasive. They are looking at everything that you do with the devices that you use. Everything. There are alternatives. You just have to go look for them. As always, learn, evolve, grow. Free fucking Palestine.